That's right. If you own a business where you employed a couple of people, will you allow toxic work environment to thrive, or will you allow healthy competitive environment to thrive instead? That's right. Welcome back to Street Report on Ebona at the 103.5 FM. I am Martin Ifanish Gregory as an number the force. This program is basically about causing social change, and without fear or favor, we are going into every cranny where change needs to be caused, abundantly. So what is toxic environment? What is toxic work environment? Toxic workplace, can a workplace be toxic? You know that when something is toxic, that thing is not healthy, basically. I was talking to some people about toxic. Whenever we say toxic workplace, a lot of people will just think of people who handle waste, people who go to places where we can consider toxic. But when we are talking about toxic workplace, we are looking at the psychological, or toxic. We are not just talking about toxic, the physical toxic you're talking about. We're talking about an environment being toxic. So if you should come into a town and everybody in the town are just interested in taking advantage of the town, then that town cannot stand. And Christ said that how can a city stand if it fights itself, ọ bụrụ na onye ọbụla nọ n'obodo na-eche na obodo adịrọ mma bụ ụlọ ndị nze, onye bụ n'obodo ama ndịzi mma, But when a situation presents itself in a manner that both the rich and poor, finds it detrimental, you see everybody will come together to make sure that the detriment aspect is removed. You see there won't be segregation or separation of classes anymore, Emotional states are as infectious as disease. So most times, in order to accommodate the drowning man, are you going to bring about your own disaster because you want to accommodate the drowning man? For example, anyị ma na nwanne anyị a na-eme aka ntụtụ, mana nwanne anyị ka ọ bụ, that's some of the things you hear, and somehow somebody like this will be accommodated in the vigilante of the community, mpịtị wee na-ekwe. So the psychologists will advise you to stay away from toxic people without knowing that, you could be toxic yourself, but the separation, from the toxic people could bring to the, could limit the toxic thing in the said person. So being toxic is just being negative, accommodating a lot of negative energy, and it limits productivity. So as a business owner, how do you manage toxic people? Because you must deal with people. As a civil servant, how do you produce more in a toxic environment? Here is a report, on toxic work environment. Take a listen as Street Report continues to unfold.